Sup, homies? My name is Mike Gass, and I wanted to talk about two companies, one founded by the lovely Mira and one by perhaps the less lovely Ilya, both OpenAI founders, or both OpenAI alum, I should say, and both of them have founded companies. Mira has founded Thinking Machines, and Ilya has funded Safe Superintelligence. But both of these companies have raised historical amounts of money in a seed round. And when I say historical, the emphasis needs to be there in the highest degree. So in Mira's case, she recently broke a record. So just some quick background or some quick vernacular. A seed round, it's the first round of company for a startup. So if you have a startup, you've created something awesome, and you want to raise some money in order to bring it to the world at scale, you're going to need to raise a seed round. Used to be called like a friends and family round. You know, you're usually talking small amounts here. Like when we raised money at Penango, we did $600K. That was a pretty good seed round in 2014, 2015. Now the numbers are remarkable. I won't bury the lead here. Thinking Machines has raised $2 billion in a seed round. And what makes it more interesting with Thinking Machines and with Safe Superintelligence is neither of them have a product, but we'll get to that. But it's historically different from the series round of funding. So you have the Series A, Series B, Series C, etc. For example, Databricks just did a Series J. So it historically differs from those rounds because from the institutionalized investor piece, though that has changed quite a bit. We do see venture capitals, as you'll see in this particular round of funding. You'll see Kleiner Perkins, you'll see Anderson Horowitz. Both are examples of companies who are investor funds that have now funded companies in the seed round. Back in the day, we called it like angel rounds or angel investors. You often would see like, for example, the founder of Atari, a guy named Noah, he was an angel investor back in the day. You would see like groups like Tech Coast Angels, Harvard Business School Angels. Now you see a lot, like in the seed round, you do see a lot of venture capital firms. Another like vernacular or jargon that might be valuable here is this idea of a stealth mode company. Stealth mode means you're hiring, you're raising money, but you're not going public beyond that. So a lot of companies tend to be in stealth when they don't have a product, at least one that's publicly available, at least that's publicly available. Now, I don't know for either Thinking Machines or Safe Superintelligence if they're in stealth mode or if they're just, if they're just don't have a product yet, but that's kind of what we're going to talk about now. So I found out, this is Crystal Ball Z. I invented Crystal Ball Z, nothing special, just a news aggregator, but it tracks all the funding companies. And Thinking Machines Thinking Machine Lab, rather, came on my radar a couple of weeks ago when I found out they did $2 billion, what was being called a seed round at a $10 billion valuation. So I was like, wait, what the fuck? You can see Anderson Horowitz was in on this round of funding in the seed round. And I was starting to think like, this is kind of crazy, you know? That is as large a seed round as I had ever heard of. Sure enough, I did a little bit of research, didn't take very long. That $2 billion seed round is the largest in history. Now, I don't know what number two would be. Maybe this article says. I'm not particularly super interested, I suppose. But it is the largest round in history. And so who was this company, right? Like, well, fundamentally, what are they offering the world? You do a little bit more digging, go to their site. Well, this is what you get. You don't get a whole lot. I mean, I would call this stealth. Some might say a scam. I sure as hell would never say that. Don't sue me. But they don't have a product. I believe they're only 6 months old. 6 months old, $2 billion of actual money coming to them and a $10 billion valuation. I mean, this is just remarkable. But yeah, this is their website, Mira's company, Thinking Machines. And you're not going to see a whole lot here. You do see some job postings at the bottom, but not a whole lot of information. And so you might be surprised, or perhaps not, to find out that the other company, Safe Superintelligence, this is their website, also nothing here. Now, they're a little bit older. Safe Superintelligence was founded in 2024. I don't believe Ilya he might have been involved in the funding, but I think he was made CEO. At least I found an article that said he was appointed to that position. So in any event, I think they have a $32 billion valuation right now. So no matter how you spin it, both companies are doing absolutely outstanding from a funding perspective. So then the question is, what exactly are they building? Now, there are companies that have went down this route before, right? Yeah, one company that went down this route is Magic Leap. Look, you can see here on their Crunchbase page, they had done $4 billion of funding. I'm not sure when that last round was. It actually looks like they raised $590 million last in January 2024. So there are companies that have raised without a project. By no means does it mean it's a scam. But I am curious to see what happens in both these cases. If this is something that interests you, if AI engineering, creating software, innovation just broadly interests you, give me a like, give me a subscribe, or you can check out my Twitch channel. Either way, I'll catch you homies later. Peace.